Welcome back, it's me, Lou. For today's video, we are going to revisit some of the custom action figures I made previously. So if you've been watching my channel over the last few months, you'll remember maybe like a few weeks ago, I made a couple of custom Marvel Legends Reaver action figures. The Reavers are a villainous team of cyborg mercenaries who are out to get the X-Men. One of the previous Marvel Legends figures that Hasbro gave us, Skullbuster, I believe that belonged to maybe the Juggernaut wave. That figure came with an extra head, and if you did a head swap, it would allow you to make one of the Reaver troopers, and I believe the head they supplied was for the Reese character. So for me, it's if you watched that video some months ago, I was kind of obsessed. I wanted to make, the trio of the core Reaver troopers. So I made it my mission to make Cole, Reese, and Macon. And in that video, I was kind of successful. I made them. But then sometime afterward, I kind of told myself I could do a better job. And I set out and I kind of started from the ground up and redid them. And this is the result. I'm very happy with these figures. These are my updated Reaver troopers. On our left we have Cole, in the middle we have Reese, and on the right we have Macon. So I decided to go a different route and really embrace the G.I. Joe Classified Series Gung Ho figure, because a lot of customizers use that as the base body. So for me, initially, when I did the video a while back, I kind of resisted that urge to use Gung Ho. But this time around, I'm like, let's embrace it, but let's change it so much that it doesn't feel like a classified series figure anymore. And that's what I did. So let's take a look at one of these figures, because essentially, they're all kind of the same. Let's take a look at Reese here. So we're taking out Reese, and then before we exit out of the video, I'll also be sure to talk about the custom package, because as you can see here, they all share a uniform box design, because I wanted to maintain some sort of consistency with all three figures, to really pull them together. And in addition to these three figures, I actually went out and just made the entire Reaver team. We already got a Lady Deathstrike, but in addition to Reese, Cole, and Macon, I also made Pretty Boy, Skullbuster, Donald Pierce, and Bonebreaker. So be on the lookout for those videos where I talk about those customs. So here is my custom Reese figure, which is essentially what I did for Cole and Macon also. So I took the stock head that came with Skullbuster, and I modified it by adding some wires to the helmet. That's something that we actually saw in the comic books. Like right here. This was from one of the X-Men books. I think this was issue 205, I believe. And here's Cole, Reese, and Macon. As you can see, they have wires protruding from their helmets. So I thought, I'd add that to make it look a little bit more authentic. I added some wires. I drilled out the holes, added the wires in it. The vest is G.I. Joe Classified Series Gung Ho. The body is Gung Ho. This is Gung Ho. The shoulder guard, or not shoulder guard, the forearm guard is Gung Ho. The hand, I believe, is a Marvel Legends. As you can see, it's a cyborg hand. The weapon's Gung Ho. The cybernetic arm, I believe, belongs to either the Skullbuster figure or Deathlock, which is actually the same mold. The crotchal area, if crotchal's a word, belongs to Gung Ho. The thighs belong to either Deathlock or Skullbuster. I took some G.I. Joe Classified Series accessories and modified them and attached them to the thighs to kind of bulk out the character and to accessorize them. The knees and the boots, I believe, belong to Deathlock. So for me, Reese has two cybernetic legs, whereas Cole and Macon, I kind of wanted to change them up a little. So Cole here has one cyborg leg for his left leg, and then his right leg is the gung ho leg. Macon, let's grab him real quick. So for Macon, I did the opposite in terms of legs. You know, his left leg is the gung ho leg, and the right leg is the cyborg leg. And to make him look different than Reese, which we have right here, I repainted his hair so he's a brunette, and also gave him a mustache and a small little beard right there. As you can see, he kind of looks like, after I colored his face, not his face, after I colored his hair and gave him the beard, from a certain angle, he almost kind of looks like actor Bryan Cranston. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. So yeah, here are my updated Reaver troopers. I wasn't happy with the ones I made a few weeks back. I mean, they looked okay, but they weren't there, and I kind of feel like, you know, I really, not necessarily that I got them perfect, but I think for me they're as close to perfect as I can get until, you know, Hasbro gives us an official dedicated Reaver trooper body. Like the one they've given us so far is actually just the Skullbuster figure with the swappable Reaver trooper head, but the body, it's not really accurate, and I don't know. It just feels weird. It's reusing that figure as a base like 3 times over, especially like since Skullbuster's already using that body. But yeah, here's my custom Reaver troopers. I have the trio, and I'm pretty stoked on it. So be on the lookout because, like I said, I made the entire core team of Reavers. So in addition to these guys, I made a custom Donald Pierce, a custom Skullbuster, a custom Pretty Boy, and also a custom Bone Breaker. And as we all know, there's the Bone Breaker Build-A-Figure that's going to be coming out soon, and everyone's really excited about that. So let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I will see you at the next one. All right, later.